Hello and welcome to the Just Interesting podcast with me, Robin, and my good friends Martin and Alex. How are you both today?
Who's going to speak first? I don't want to just jump in. Is it Martin? How's
No,
Martin doing today?
how you doing, Martin?
Or
Yeah,
he's a bit shy, is
bit
he?
shy. Okay. Well, Alex, tell us how you are. Tell us how we're doing.
I'm not too bad, thank you, Robin. Oh my god. Okay, I knew that Robin had put a picture up in Martin's place, but I've only just seen it on the live screen. So, wow. Okay,
So good.
that's definitely a choice.
Well, Martin's body double is covering for him at the moment until he joins us. Thank you all so much for joining us for this live stream episode. This may become the Just Interesting live quiz number 5, with questions lovingly prepared by myself for Martin and Alex to go head to head with you in the chat. However, one of us is AWOL, and Daniel's kindly stepped in to cover for Martin. But as you may have gathered, Daniel has some connection issues. His camera's frozen, which is probably for the best, given how angry he was when we called him in. So it's just gonna be Alex and me for a few minutes, if you don't mind. But who is in the chat?
Well, not just us, Robin. Yeah, I was going to say we've got loads of people in the chat. I've been really enjoying. I've been enjoying James Linton 17's speculation on who it was that was going to be missing.
That was pretty good.
He says Martin's still on the run for kidnapping those pandas. Alex still desperately searching for Dick Turpin. Or maybe Alex and Martin are finally facing off for the Just Interesting trophy. The trophy's long gone. The trophy's we're never seeing the trophy again. I think Martin had to pay off the bounty hunters that were hunting him down for the
pandas.
For the pandas, yeah.
Were the bounty hunters also pandas, or were they the authorities acting on behalf of pandas?
They were the authorities, and they were massive fans of Orson Welles. That's why they. That's why they accepted the cup as a bribe. But no, thank you everyone so much for joining in the chat. We just kind of felt bad that we may have to just prematurely cancel this one or postpone it. Anyway.
Yeah, at the very last.
So we just wanted to say, at least come on and say hello, and ask how everyone's doing. So yeah. And if there's any way anyone in the chat has any idea that this could be adapted to a 2-person quiz, then let us know, because we don't know how that could work. We did that before for the our 100th episode. We had people on the Just Interesting. Podcast.
We did.
Quiz.
We should do that again for a special occasion. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say we've got the 150th episode coming up, so possibly.
Oh my gosh, we do. You know, time flies, doesn't it? Time flies.
Yeah.
But who is in the chat? Let's have a roll call. Who we got? Who's watching us live? We got James Linton 17, AM, Randall Flagg, CS Drummerson. Camera Shy Coco. Feels like ages. I say that it's probably because we just haven't had a live stream for a while. And of course Thomas McNostril, great name. Captain Wonky, woo! Peaswad, Java Dog, Kilgore Trout. All the classic names.
All classics.
SS.
Thrill House.
Okay. Who's SS?
Less said about that one, the better.
Yeah. Lucky their icon is turned off and it's just the initial. Otherwise, that could be iffy. Well, mouth won't work. But we do, for these live episodes, we have things that we learned this week, don't we, Alex?
We do.
What did you learn?
I believe we've got a couple of facts.
We do.
So I found what is possibly the first instance of someone complaining that their mum is embarrassing them in front of their friends.
Oh.
And this is a letter from Idun Sun to Xenu. And this is from roughly 1800 BC. So
really?
3,800 years ago, there's a Babylonian student that sent a letter to his mum to complain about his clothes.
Oh my gosh.
And
yeah.
I just feel like it's so great how weirdly similar it is to like, oh, Mum, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Like it's just kind of one of those things where like humanity really hasn't changed in like 3,000 years. So I wanted to read the message that he sent. May the gods Shamash, Marduk, and Elaborat keep you forever in good health for my sake. From year to year, the clothes of the young gentleman here become better, but you let my clothes get worse from year to year. Indeed, you persisted in making my clothes poorer and more scanty. At a time when in our house wool is used up like bread, you have made me poor clothes. The son of Adad-Idinam, whose father is only an assistant of my father, has 2 new sets of clothes, while you fuss about even a single set of clothes for me. In spite of the fact that you bore me, and his mother only adopted him, his mother loves him, while you do not love me. There you go. That's my dramatic
Wow.
retelling.
That was beautifully read, by the way. But also,
But that's just like,
wow, what a teenager.
Mom, I need new clothes. My
You don't
clothes are
love me.
embarrassing.
I just love,
So kind of,
but it's taken on a new level because it's the ultimate passive aggressive. I've written you a letter. You know, it's very formal, isn't it? Was it delivered?
I mean, I suppose so. Yeah, this is just a little bit before social media took off, I guess, before SMS messaging.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Yeah, the people would just do it with a text or an email today, wouldn't they? From upstairs in the bedroom, just texting mum downstairs furiously. Just while
I
she's
love
preparing
the. I do. I'm going to start my messages with that from
Yeah,
from now on, though. May the gods Shamash, Marduk, and Ilbarat keep you forever in good health for my sake.
Oh, it's a fantastic opening.
Before my
Yeah.
passive aggressive emails.
For my sake. Such a selfish git.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
The more
But, like,
things
what an-
the more things stay the same, the less
What-
they change, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a fantastic example, though, of just like a kind of slice of life from ancient Mesopotamia. I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
I think it's wonderful. Yeah, that's fascinating. That's extraordinary and also kind of depressing. Why
that we just haven't changed.
Why have we not changed?
Well, maybe we have changed, but maybe teenagers
Yeah, they haven't changed. I thought it's also clothes as well. It's just like
It's the same
it's
thing.
exactly the same
Yeah,
thing. Yeah. Wow. Oh man. My fact is so much more droll than that, but it kind of I found it's about the past in a way, and it's kind of disturbing to me. But did you know, Alex? This week I learned that more time has passed since the first Indiana Jones film came out than between the first Indiana Jones film and the start of the Second World War. So,
Wow. Okay. So, right.
there was
Yeah.
41 years between the start of the Second World War and Indiana Jones coming out. And it's now been 42 years, 43 years.
It's 42 years since the first Indiana Jones film.
Yeah. Coming up in 43,
Wow.
actually. So, yeah.
And they've still just done another one with Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Sadly, the final one. But yeah, this goes to show
Yeah.
the legend
Have
Harrison
you
Ford.
actually? That's.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer for the game they're making?
I have. Yeah. What did you make of it?
And the Great Circle. Is it the Great Circle?
Yeah, Indiana Jones and the
Big
Great
round
Circle,
circle.
which I have to admit doesn't bother me. That for some reason I feel like that's a really dumb title, but at the same time I kind of like it, and I don't have any kind of negative feeling towards it. I'm not quite sure. I suppose after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, anything sounds good. Maybe that's the problem.
It's like, yeah, I feel like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull went too far in one way.
Yeah.
And this is like a kind of correction that's gone a bit too far. It's like you can spice it up a tad, you know.
Yeah, you can make it a bit more exciting. Yeah.
You can do whatever. But no, it looks good. Looks good.
Yeah. I like
kind
the
of
look of the
excited to
story.
give it a go.
Yeah, the story looks good.
Mm.
How do you feel about the first person though? So this is for those who haven't seen the trailer, this is Machine Games is the studio who've made this Indiana Jones game on behalf of Lucasfilm, and it's an Xbox exclusive, and it's going to be an Indiana Jones adventure, and there's going to be animated, very high quality animated cutscenes with a pretty good Harrison Ford impression, and because it's a computer game, it's got the likeness of Harrison Ford. So it's going to be Indiana Jones, except when you play the gameplay, it's in first person for the most part. And how do you feel about that, Alex?
I'm happy to give it a go. I think it's a kind of might be a bit weird for this type of game. But then it's something that separates it from like Indiana Jones. It doesn't separate it from Indiana Jones, from Uncharted and Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm happy to see how it is. James Linton in the chat says Robin and Indiana Jones is like Alex and Fast and Furious.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean, we did that as an episode on the podcast, didn't we? Where we each found out facts about
our favorite franchises.
Favorite franchises.
I picked Indiana Jones.
And Martin's was the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Martin? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's screaming yes.
Yeah. Just you're on mute. You're muted, Martin. You mute. Never mind. Can't hear us.
Never mind.
Yeah. But I love Indiana Jones. I really do. Although I may end up pretending the new one doesn't exist because it's just a bit more, just easier that way.
Okay. I haven't seen the new one.
It's a good film, but it's a poor Indiana Jones film. You know, that fine distinction. Yeah. So yeah.
I just wanted to say in the chat, Connor said, "Oh my god, I made it live. Also, what is going on?" So just to fill you in, for anyone tuning in now, Martin is here, but he's just figuring out how to unmute himself and how to put a shirt back on. Yeah. So we're seeing if he's going to be able to do that. And in the meantime, we're just having a chat.
Yeah,
just having a nice chat.
Yeah. I've got another bit of tidbit fact that I learned this week, Alex.
Oh, do share.
I do. In fact, well, I learned it today, and I brought it just because I learned it today, but it's very political, so it might be a bit dry for some of our audience, but please do tell us what you think of this fact in the chat. So this is some research that's been done, particularly into European voters in elections, because a lot of when big elections happen, like in the UK, we're probably going to have an election this year and get a new prime minister at the same time.
Can I just interrupt you very quickly, Robin? I just want the chat to police us, because for anyone who does follow our Patreon exclusive episodes, you will know that if it's me and Robin talking about a political discussion, this can very easily descend into a rant. So this please police us and keep us on track. Yeah. Okay. Please continue, Robin.
Thank you for saying that, Alex. That was important. This could get nasty. Yeah. So so in Europe in particular, pollsters like to kind of predict the next election by doing surveys of people who voted in the previous election and saying, who did you vote for last time and who are you going to vote for next time? And that way they try to calculate how many people are switching from one side to the other, you know, from one party to another. And are people changing their votes? And
right.
And they kind of factor this data into their predictions. But there's been some research by some very reliable pollsters who have accurately predicted the outcome of our last few elections. And their research has been into the phenomenon of voter recall distortion, which is to say that pollsters, when it comes to elections, might be making a mistake by asking people who they voted for last time, who they intend to vote for this time, and then factoring that into their predictions. Because this new research found out that people, for whatever reason, a lot of people forget exactly how they voted last time. So the pertinent example for the UK is that we had a general election in 2017 and we had a general election in 2019. And these researchers, just after the 2017 election, asked a bunch of people, who did you vote for? And they said, let's say, make it binary. They voted for either the Conservatives or Labour. And I think 43% of them said they voted for Labour, and about 43 again said they voted for the Conservatives. It must have been 44 and 40. Actually, let's say that. 44 said they voted for the Conservatives, 40 said they voted for Labour. And then they asked them 2 years later in 2019, and they kept the people's details. So they asked the exact same people, and they said, who did you vote for in 2017? And 45% of them said, oh, they voted for Conservative. So 1% more said that they voted Conservative. And 33% said they voted Labour, which is 7% fewer than said they voted Labour in 2017. But these are the exact same people.
I don't think this is very surprising, though, because I don't think it's them forgetting. I think it's them being kind of embarrassed or not wanting to admit it. And I think that kind of
Right.
makes sense with the timeline. Like it's people who are embarrassed. It's like people that say on polls that, oh, who are you going to vote for? And they're like, oh, undecided. And they're just kind of fact that they're definitely still going to vote Tory, um,
Yeah.
even after everything that's happened.
So in the
Um,
UK, I don't know if this applies to other countries, but our right-wing party, which is the Tories, there's something called the silent Tory phenomenon, where in the run-up to every election, the Tories always look like they've got a certain percentage of the votes, and then in the actual election they get, say, 5% more, and it happens all the time. And people are like, where are these extra voters coming from? And it's because they're fearful to admit that they're going to vote for the right wing. It's that Mitchell and Webb sketch, you know. Are we the baddies? Uh, and this,
oh right,
but in this,
I was like, which Mitchell and Webb
which
sketch?
sketch?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the one with the Nazis. Yeah,
But it's the one where they realize, yeah, it's the end of that sketch. It's the expression of that sketch in the UK where people realize they're voting for the Nazis, but so aren't going to admit it, but then they go and do it anyway. But so you're right, Alex. That's
yeah.
part of the explanation for this discrepancy. How come in just 2 years, a lot of people seem to have forgotten who they voted for, and part of it is that some of them perhaps didn't admit that they voted for the other party in 2017. But it could also be that a bunch of them, in the run-up to the 2019 election, it was clear that Labour were going to lose. It was obvious.
Yeah.
So one explanation possibly could be that people are just embarrassed to admit that they voted for the obvious losers. So when you ask them in the run-up to a new election, who did you vote for last time? They're going to be like, I'm not going to say I voted for the guys who are definitely going to lose this time. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
As well as the reverse, which is I'm not going to admit I voted for the guys who are evil, and until after they've won. So yeah, and there may be another explanation as well, which is genuine memory loss, because in particular, old, the most the the age group that is most likely to vote is the older age group, and there's a genuine
yeah.
possibility that they have memory problems, especially when there's a long gap between elections. So in America, it's every 4 years. Over here, it's usually every 5 years. And that's a long enough time for people to kind of forget who they voted for.
Plus, I mean, also, the 2017 election was a pretty forgettable one.
Yeah.
It happened not long after the last one, and yeah, we had a few years where you had like three in what 4 years. So
Yeah, that's
I can imagine people just forgetting which way they voted. And
yeah, it happened quite a lot. We have, amazingly, Alicia B,
Ooh.
or Alicia, has given us $5. Thank you, Alicia.
Oh,
That's really
thank you
generous.
so much.
And
You gave us for this for what we're doing right now.
woo, woo.
Thank you.
Lovely super chat, and you've got a question for us, and it's a good question. So Alicia wants to know: would Robin or Alex ever run for office, knowing politics is a shit show career?
Oh wow. Okay.
Mm.
I mean, do you know what? I always thought that given our previous channel that shall not be named and the type of content that we sometimes make, like if you wanted to go into a political career, at one point the fact that you had a conspiracy theory YouTube channel would be a detrimental thing. Now I think it's probably a positive. It's probably a requirement. It probably helps. It can only help our career, our political career. I don't really have any kind of desire to get into politics, though. I don't know. How about you, Robin?
I've considered it, actually, if I'm honest.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Of course you have. You want to take over and enslave the human race.
yes, you'll never see me at any live event. You'll only ever see me on the screen. I'm just pure AI now. I don't even have a physical body anymore. Got rid of that a long time ago. No, no, I've considered it. The problem is because our system is we have constituencies in the UK, and the member of parliament represents a constituency, and we have a first past the post system, which means whoever gets the most votes, whether they win by one vote or win by 10,000, they become the MP for that constituency. I happen to live in what is a very safe seat for a party that I would not like to be part of. So for me to, that's the other condition. You have to be local. You have to live in the constituency that you're going for election. So I would have to either join the party that I don't like in order to get elected here, or I would have to join the opposition party to them and somehow run a fantastic campaign. And I don't think I could. I don't think I've got the energy, to be honest, to drum up that kind
Would
of support.
would you not parachute yourself into a safe seat somewhere? If you're super convinced, could you do that?
Oh yeah, you could. In fact, I know someone who's doing just that, who's done just that. Who
Oh, really?
who
Wow.
they're going to be in the Midlands. They've been selected to stand for MP for their party in the Midlands, but they live in London, and before that, they're from the southwest somewhere. I can't remember where exactly. They've never lived in the Midlands in their life, is the point I'm making. But they've been
Right,
parachuted
right.
in, and the party has rented a flat in the area for them
Oh, wow. Wow.
to qualify. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting stuff.
So we've got some more comments. In fact, Alicia says, "Re Trump and being Canadian, I'm sure Trump and the Conservatives will win, and North America will be a crazy place to live, even more so than it is now." Wow.
Oh, is the Canadian elections this year as well?
Are they happening too this year?
Is Justin Trudeau up for re-election,
Oh,
or is it?
I assume so.
How long's he been prime minister for? Though?
A while,
It feels
at
like
least
he's
10
been
years,
prime minister
right?
for
Yeah.
ages. Is he stepping
Yeah.
down? I don't know.
He's too young to step down. But at the same time,
mean,
he's young enough to have a second or third career. So yeah,
We haven't actually spoken about it, Robin. But yeah, what do you think about the election this year in the US? Should we speculate wildly this far
Ooh.
out in January,
Oh man.
nearly February? What do you make a shout? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh man. Okay, so Trump will be the Republican nominee. That's not a real prediction. That's just a statement of fact.
Well, I mean, we don't know though, because I mean, if he's convicted for something, or isn't there a couple of states that have chucked him off the ballot, or pending? It's going to the Supreme Court anyway.
Yeah, but that's just for the Republican nominations, and that's only a couple of states. There's a lot of states left over where he's still on the ballot, and he would win.
But I think it's like a statement of intent. So if the Supreme Court came back and said, "Yeah, no, it's right that he's been kicked off this," then it'll prompt a bunch of other states to then kick him off, I guess.
So you think there's a chance Trump could get kicked out?
Well, I think that is why Nikki Haley is still in the race. She's there basically because there's a 1 in 50 chance that Trump will get kicked off or arrested or something. So she may as well stay in just in case.
So she's that moment in Dumb and Dumber where she's like,
yeah, basically. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah. All right. Okay. I think.
I mean, yeah, you are it's very likely that Trump will be the nominee.
Do you think Biden will run?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he'll run. I think maybe if he does win, he'll step down in after the first year or 2 years or something.
And then
possibly
Kamala Harris will become the first female president.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, Biden just wants to not let Trump win, I guess.
Yeah, I just started the poll in the chat, by the way. Tell us your thoughts. Is it going to be Biden versus Trump?
This is going to end well, isn't it?
I'm just asking, are they going to be the nominees, not asking who's going to win?
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to predict. I know there's like a lot of people are predicting Trump will win again. I don't think he will. I think Biden will still win in November. I think.
Why is that? Why do you think?
I think that Trump will still just have the same support. Like, people know Trump by now. I don't think he's really gained any new supporters since the last election.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Proportionally, I think he won't have gained many more supporters. Depending on how activated the Democratic vote is, how much they get them out to vote this year will really depend on if Trump wins or not, I guess. Well, I think the campaign that Biden has, I think I was reading the other day that he's got like the largest campaign treasure war chest or whatever.
Oh, really?
Maybe presidential history.
Right.
So,
all right. Okay.
So I think he's got all the advantages going into it. I'd say.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. I hope he does stick around though, because I dread a repeat of 1968, where famously Lyndon B. Johnson dropped out pretty late in the game, like with a month or so to go, and Hubert Humphreys stepped in, and everyone was like, "Who?" And Richard Nixon won, and that ended well for everyone, didn't it? So
See, are you thinking the same thing could happen with Biden?
I'm
Like,
worried the same thing could happen, that Biden will. Yeah.
if anything medically bad happens with Biden between now and the election, then yeah, that pretty much guarantees a Trump
Yeah,
win.
because
I
honestly,
think.
who's going to step in from the Democrats?
Yeah.
Who's going to step in and win? You know, it's yeah. I think it's
And
a
I
disaster
honestly,
waiting to happen.
I don't know much about Kamala Harris, so I'm not really judging her, but I think she has a problem with favorability. I think she's got way less favorability ratings than
Yeah,
Biden.
yeah, she's
So
not
if she's
popular.
if she's the natural step-in candidate, then yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much would guarantee a Trump win for sure. But hey, what do we know, Robin? Who knows?
We're just British guys over here speculating on American politics. That's
We've
what we
got
do.
we've got our own crazy stuff happening over here, as Alicia B seems to in Canada as well.
Yeah.
So Trudeau is running apparently, but
Oh,
people
okay.
are sick of him. I can imagine after like 10 years, or actually we've said that. I don't know how long he's been.
I mean,
Prime Minister for.
they're quite unpopular at the moment, aren't they? There's a bit of a tide turning against him, isn't it? Sad
I
thing.
don't know.
When you're in power so long, it's hard to remain popular because people blame you for everything, whether rightly or wrongly. People, you take the blame because you're in charge. You've got to accept the responsibility. I think it's also easy and I think this is true for regardless of what side of politics you're on. It's easy to be in opposition because you just yell and criticize, right? That's all you have to do. They say, "Oh, you're doing a bad job, and we could do it better," even if the party in power is doing the best job possible under the circumstances. The opposition will always say, "Oh, we could do better," and they don't have to even announce a policy. They just say, you know,
Totally.
so. It's always in the opposition's advantage, really, because you can say anything you like, and it will sound better than whatever the government who actually have to run the country have to do. But anyway, I'm happy to drift away from politics if you want.
Let's do it. Yeah.
We could. I don't know, Alex. How do you feel? How do you feel about
what?
I don't know about what. So this is an impromptu quiz. So we could. Okay. So I have a proposal, and Alex, you're allowed to refuse.
Okay.
My proposal might be that the quiz, which exists, and that was supposed to be you versus Martin, is a thing. I have it in front of me.
Martin, just hit the unmute button. Put your top on and hit the unmute button, Martin.
Would you feel
What is
comfortable?
that picture of Martin from? Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
It's Martin from one of Daniel Radcliffe's films, obviously, when Martin was his body double. And I'm not sure which one, but what did Martin say? Madcliffe. It's Daniel Madcliffe.
Daniel Madcliffe, yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Please finish your sentence now.
So my humble proposal was, and feel free to refuse, how do you feel about taking on the chat in a quiz? You versus them.
Let's do it.
Yeah? Yeah?
I can be the chat easily. No, I can't. This is like the chase, except the chaser is terrible. It's like taking on the eggheads, except yeah, the egghead is just rubbish and not an egghead. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Well, first, I just want to check with the chat. Are you okay? You want to take on Alex? Yeah? Chat versus Alex? See who wins? Give me a shout out in the comments before we commit. And whilst we're doing that, I'll just summarize the results of the poll, which were, I asked, will it be Biden versus Trump in 2024? And 92% said yes. So,
yeah.
I'm intrigued by the 8% who said no. What's your rationale there? Is it because you think Trump will be kicked off, or because you think Biden will drop off?
Maybe, I mean, it's still the Republican primary. Maybe Nikki Haley will make an absolute, scorcher for the rest of the campaign and just win.
Yeah.
That would be mad.
Okay.
Cool.
Well,
let's do it.
Sounds like the chat are up for it, so let's do it. Here we are. It's quiz time.
Hey,
So,
I feel like this is more. We need more of like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire theme or something.
yeah, we do, don't we?
Like
A
a
bit more of
do
a-
do 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 do. I feel like I'm in the hot seat.
You are, Alex. You are in the hot seat. All eyes are on you. And your
Okay.
beautiful, beautiful, luscious hair. I like it, by the way. The long hair. It's good. It's nice.
Thank you very much.
You do
Thank you very
have,
much.
if you don't mind me saying, a bit of a John Wick thing going on.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had a dog, don't go near it. That's all I'm saying.
It's got rabies. Don't go near it.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
then. So, Martin is going to represent the chat in this quiz. Alex is obviously representing himself. We'll do the normal. First three people in the chat who get the right answer can give themselves a point. And
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
what I'll do is give. Let's
So
think about this.
the audience isn't a collaborative entity here, because otherwise, yeah, in fairness, they will get 10 out of 10.
They will, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and the reason for this, folks, is there is a slight delay. There's a slight lag in this live stream. So you'll be getting the questions about 2 or 3 seconds after Alex. So I can't quite let you work together because Alex will always get there first, with the answer. But what I will do is
we're troubleshooting this problem that we've discussed offline several times.
Yeah,
Like how
how
could
do
we
we
do
do
a 2-person quiz? So this is a trial, I guess.
a bit of a trial. But I will give you points though, as in give the chat points, give the audience points. Of course I will. But how about? Yes, I know.
Okay.
If 3 people get the right answer in the chat, you'll get the point instead of Alex. How about that?
Okay. So we need at least 3 comments. Drive that engagement up. I love it, Robert.
There's 30 people at the moment, I think, involved. So there's more than enough people. That's a lot more times the brain power that you have on you right now, Alex. So I think they've got the advantage. So Alex will get a point if he gets it right, unless 3 people in the chat get it right. Okay?
What about if we just do everyone versus everyone?
Free for all.
Like a free for all, and you just keep track of who's winning. Do you have a notepad and pen next to you?
We could do that, but yeah, that's going to be that could get complicated. Well,
And
anyway,
then do the first three people.
let's leap in to the first question.
Okay.
It's the closest wins.
I'm going to say goodbye to the chat now, so I'm not cheating.
Oh yeah,
so
of course. Yeah.
I'll love you and leave you all. Goodbye.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right then.
It feels so freeing. I don't have to have a buzzer. I'm just here.
No
answering
buzzer
questions.
required. Yeah. All right then. So, closest wins.
Closest wins.
I know. What an
Between me
opener.
and-
What an opener. In what year was IKEA founded?
Oh my gosh.
In
Okay.
what year was IKEA founded?
What? I don't think it was that old. I feel like the guy who founded it is still alive for some reason. I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong. I'm going to say 1976.
Okay, 1976 is Alex's bet. I'm going to take chat guesses now. They're coming in.
I've already guessed, so I'm going to have a quick peek at the chat just to see what people are saying.
Fair enough.
How wrong am I?
Got some people thinking the same thing as
there's,
you. Yeah, we've got some.
there's quite a lot of different opinions.
Yeah, there's some big differences.
If it's 1875, if I was a century off, then who knows? Yeah.
Okay, well, oh, Alex, you might have been beaten. I'm so sorry. It is technically a closest wins, and 3 people in the chat have got closer than you did. I'm afraid,
Oh,
Alex. The correct
no.
answer is 1943.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, that is.
And
I was a bit of a way away there.
Rosina James guessed 1945, which is almost spot on, so close.
Very close.
And then, along with Kilgore Trout, who guessed 1950, and James Linton, 17, who guessed 1934, I think that's 3 people who got closer than you. And Aidan the Average also guessed 1935. So, well done, chat. But
I'm never going to win any closest wins
I mean,
questions, am I?
that is kind of a little bit of a disadvantage for you. My apologies there. But you're taking one for the team, Alex. You're taking one for the team.
Okay.
But yes, and thank you, Dave Mooring, for reminding everyone, no Googling, no cheating, everyone. We're trusting you, to be fair here.
Of course, yeah.
5-second time limit. Great idea. I will be counting to 5. Right. Question number 2. Not a closest wins. You'll be relieved to know, Alex.
Okay. Although at least with the closest wins, I can actually have a guess. Some of these, this is pass.
Okay. Thiamine
Yeah.
is a B vitamin. Which B vitamin?
I'm sorry, what? Firemen is what I heard.
Thiamine. Thiamine. Yeah.
Firemen.
Thiamine.
Okay.
Thiamine.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Could you? I was expecting firemen in this question.
Firemen.
That took a real
Fireman
twist.
Sam. No. Thiamine is a B vitamin. But which B vitamin is it? You know the way they have numbers.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's B12.
Okay, you're going with B12?
Yeah,
I'm
B12.
giving the chat an opportunity to answer, and I'm cutting off now. And ooh, it's interesting. I'm going to stick with my original announcement that I need 3 people to give the correct answer within the time limit. And
So you're saying I'm wrong,
2 people
basically.
got it right. Alex, you got it wrong. So it's a tie.
Oh, what?
It is B1. So Thomas McNostril and Kilgore Trout, well done. Everyone else, reasonable guesses. A couple of B12s, Alex, so you're not alone.
I think I'm just being the trendsetter, though. I said it with such confidence. I'm throwing people
You
off.
did.
That's my
Ooh.
tactics here.
Tommy Webber also said 1, but I saw that came up after I counted down. So sorry, Tommy. Chat, you may have missed out on the point there. But we'll move on to question number 3. Still 1-0
B1.
to the chat.
I don't know. I honestly, I didn't even know there were different ones.
Did you ever look at the side of a
I'll be
cereal
honest.
packet when you were little? You know, like, did you have cereal? Did you have cereal?
I mean, I've eaten cereal. Yeah, I suppose
Okay.
I've seen it. It's just kind of, again, I'm not an egghead, so this is it's all going to be a one-sided quiz, I think.
No.
Okay.
All right. Your favorite lake, Alex? Lake Titicaca.
Oh yeah.
Titicaca
Yes.
is in which country?
Oh no. This is embarrassing. I have heard of it actually. Lake Titicaca.
Of course you have. Yeah, I know you've heard of it. Yeah, and you could probably
One of
guess
my
the country.
favorite lakes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it in the United States? They got lots of lakes.
No, it is not. Sorry.
Damn.
Getting
Oh,
no
well.
answers.
Lake Titicaca. I mean, it hasn't helped that this is actually a very difficult quiz.
This
so
is actually a
far.
very difficult one. Well, I thought there'd be 2 of you, and between the 2 of you, with some help. Yep. We've got a few people. Yeah, more than enough people qualified. Sorry, Alex. They said Peru. Someone said Bolivia, and they're both right because it's on the Peruvian-Bolivian border. So if you'd said either of those answers, Alex, you would have got the point.
That's fair enough. I would not have guessed Peru or Bolivia. That's yeah.
I admit I was expecting that to be I would give you a clue kind of question.
Can I ask for clues? Is that?
I mean, you can, but we have to give the chat a chance to go for it. And sadly, they piled on you, mate. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, question number 4, and I just realised I just gave you a point, and I meant to give the chat a point. Whoops. So,
Yeah. No, I have not earned a point yet.
Oh my gosh, just on autopilot there. Okay.
I mean, one small crumb of comfort here is that if Martin was here, he'd probably be winning. So I'm kind of happy that I might not be.
This one doesn't
points
count.
to
That's
Martin.
true. This one does not count. Okay, so Alex, do you know your metals?
Oh,
I know you're-
Yep, love
yep,
them. Love
big
them
fan.
all.
Brass is an alloy of zinc and what other
What the hell?
metal? Sorry.
Brass is an alloy of zinc
And
and
what other metal?
copper. It's got to be
Yeah.
copper, right? Yes.
Whoops. Ah, nuts. I didn't wait to see what the chat said.
But like, so what happens in this scenario? So
Well-
I've got it right. Do I just get the point?
You get
or
the
did
point
chat
because
get a
you get the
as well?
point because I accidentally confirmed it before the chat had a chance to chime in.
Sure.
But
sure.
everyone in the
But
chat,
if
give
you didn't
yourselves an
do
honorary
that,
point.
but if you didn't do that, what happens then?
I would need at least 3 of them to say copper within the time limit, which I've imposed.
So they always get the chance to answer no matter when I answered, basically. I'm sorry, I'm getting into troubleshooting mode. with
No,
this
it's a good
quiz.
point. Because the obvious thing to do would be to give you first dibs on the question. That's true, but then that might mean you get every question before the chat get a chance to participate. So
Yeah. I mean, that's unlikely, but
yeah, it is 30 versus 1, to be fair. So well done. It's 2-1. And we're only halfway through, so it could be a tight finish. Just checking the chat. We got smart bunches, lots of people. A few people guessed bronze, which isn't bronze itself an alloy. Or am I?
bronze is an
I
alloy.
think it is.
And if old school RuneScape is to be believed, it's an alloy of tin and copper. So if that's accurate, then I don't have school to thank for it. I've got RuneScape, so thank you.
Well, hey. My apologies to everyone in the chat for. Well, no, my thanks actually. My thanks for participating in this live experiment on how an untested system on how to conduct a quiz. Right, we're doing it. Question number 5. Okay. Which band had a 2001 hit with the song Buck Rogers?
Busted? Is it busted?
Okay. I'm going to do the countdown for the chat to see if any of them get it.
Was it McFly? Is it one of those two?
Well, I'm not going to confirm
Okay,
either
yeah,
way
sure.
until the chat,
Okay.
because otherwise I want to,
I don't like this leaving me in suspense business.
so
Normally
sorry.
there's a satisfying, hey, correct, or oh, that's incorrect. Now I've got to wait for like 10 seconds. I'm not really good with song names. I'm terrible with song names, but
Well, the time is up. I counted down, and we haven't got the 3 people that we need. So, Alex, I can confirm it's not Busted or McFly, but you have a chance.
sugar. Yeah, no, I don't know if I do though because I've just looked at the chat. I was too curious. So
No.
so sorry. Go on, reveal the answer. Robert.
The correct answer is one person got it. James Linton 17. Bandy McBandface. Correct. It is.
Hey.
No, it is not. It is Feeder. Well done. Well done.
Oh, okay.
And three people in the chat did get Feeder, but again, the 5-second countdown expired before you all got there. So
I don't think I would have got that.
0 points.
How does it go?
He's got a brand new car. Looks like
He's
a Jaguar.
got a brand new car. Yeah,
He drinks cider from 11. There was I was at uni. We had something called May balls, as in the dance
Oh, like
kind of balls.
Yeah.
And Feeder were the music artists for one of them. One year.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah.
Like the actual band?
Yeah, the actual band. It was big, but it was this was like 10 years after they had been big with this song, Buck Rogers, and that was the only song anybody knew. So everyone like got excited, like Feeder, whoa! And they all gathered in a big crowd, and they played about an hour, 2-hour set, and like nothing. No one was dancing. Everyone was just like, yeah.
Oh no!
And then they struck up that song to finish, and it was everyone went nuts and had a great
Yes.
time. But I mean, I suppose you got to know that you've only got one achievement.
Well, that's the thing. Like as people have said in the chat, it's like many times in the rock club drunk singing that. That's basically my experience of that song. I never actually knew the band that played it. It's just you just know the words, don't you? It's yeah.
It's a great song. So, still 2-1 to the chat. Yeah.
Also, before I close the chat, I love Thomas McNostrils comment. I think this format needs some work. ...
True.
Completely,
100% true.
Completely agree, Thomas. In case you haven't noticed, we're spinning plates here.
We really are. Yeah. This is. I think it's starting to come together, at least from my perspective.
Yeah.
But question number 6, still 2-1 to the chat. It's a closest wins, so this could be a fun one. In what year did Martin Luther King give his famous "I Have a Dream" speech?
Oh, Robin. No, Robin. See, this is the problem. Like we are like you're embarrassing me how little I know about history. Oh God. And I've just been working on something as well that's
Really?
related to it. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
oh.
God. Mm, it's embarrassing because I'm gonna get like the decade wrong as well. Um, I don't know, 1964. Let's say.
Oh, Alex, you're so close. It's 1963.
Oh my God!
You were so
really?
close. And honestly, if you had got it on 63, I would have given you the point. But the chat have
No, they got it.
they've
Oh,
got
okay. Well, do you know what?
3 people have said 1963 and been spot on.
I'm just glad it wasn't like an embarrassing, complete misstep.
Alex, that was amazing. For an educated guess, that was fantastic. That was
The
really
problem
good.
is we're not really taught about like. Oh, I don't know about you, but were you ever
No.
taught that kind of history? We don't
I
really
mean,
learn it over here.
Yes, but only in a very superficial kind of. Here's Martin Luther King, and he gave the famous speech. There was never any kind of. It happened on August the 8th, 1963 kind of thing that I remember. But then we have so much about our own history that we don't learn at school.
True. Yeah.
James Linton 17 wants to know, Alex, isn't your degree in history? Don't know where you got that from.
No, it's
but, yeah.
not in history.
No.
That would have been way cooler. No, I have a degree in media production, so yeah.
Which is why these things look
and I'm
so
still
sick.
unemployed. No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't have a degree in history, James.
But well done, chat, because they were straight on that. They piled in there. Pretty much everyone had the right decade, and 3 people had the right year, down to the wire. Well done. So, question number 7, and it's 3-1 to the chat. Sorry, Alex. How's your?
It could have only ended one way. No, I'm going to come with a dramatic comeback right now.
Okay. How's your geography?
It's not the best, Robin. I'll be honest.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
It's not my worst subject either. So
no, I don't know what your worst subject would be actually. No,
that's probably.
No, you're good at everything. So,
thank you.
This geography question is: what is the highest elevated country in Africa?
Highest elevated country in Africa?
Yeah.
What?
It's not flat. Some countries are higher than others, related to sea level. So, which country in Africa is the highest above sea level?
I feel like. So, is it like the highest point in the country, or is it like on average? How does this work?
In this case, I'll give you a small clue. It happens to be both. The whole country happens to be higher than the rest of African countries, on average at least. But it also has the highest point in Africa.
Right. Well, okay. Damn. Why do I not know what country it's in? I was going to go with the country that I don't want to give the chat clues.
No, say it. Go for it.
I was going to give the country that Kilimanjaro's in. I don't know if that's the highest mountain in Africa.
Which country would that be?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it? I don't know.
I mean, I'm going to be kind. I'm going to give you the point. It is Mount Kilimanjaro is the highest point in Africa.
That's not the question.
And the country it's in is Tanzania.
No, I'm not even going to say it because everyone's going to say I'm lying. But I was thinking Tanzania.
You were thinking that? Yeah, of course you were.
No, don't give me the point. I don't deserve the point.
But only Tommy Webber in the chat got that. Well, this is why I want to give you the point, Alex, because the chat sadly struggled with this one, and you came very close. So I'm going to give you the point.
Give me half a point. Half a point for half an answer.
If you insist.
No, and that's too generous, to be honest.
Oh, you're being too kind to yourself. Too harsh on yourself, I mean. Sorry.
Oh, you're being too kind. Too kind on yourself.
You're being too harsh on yourself. You deserve better. So well done, chat. It was a tricky question. A couple of people, same lines as Alex, and only one of you actually said the right country, but that means Alex got half a point. So, question number 8. In YMCA, that, what do you call that acronym?
Yeah, sure.
What does the Y stand for?
Is it young? No?
I will not
Yeah?
confirm or deny until I've given the chat a little bit of time. Problem is the lag. Got to make up for the lag. And correct. It is young. Well done. It is.
This feels like that Alan Partridge bit where they're doing a radio just like book club, and one of them's on email. So it's like, what does Martin say? And they're just like waiting for him to reply via email.
I'm going to give you both a point because everyone in the chat knew that, and you knew that straight away. So you deserve that, I think. So it's 4 to 2.5. Going into question number 9, penultimate question.
Okay.
And Alex, honestly, no pressure, but I included this question for you.
Why would you say that? Oh God. If this is a Fast and Furious question and I get it wrong, I'm never going to show my face in this podcast ever again.
No, it's not a Fast and Furious question, but it is a James Bond question.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes me feel okay because I'm definitely going to get it wrong unless it's Daniel Craig related.
So, who played James Bond in Die Another Day?
Pierce Brosnan. I know that one. That was my first James Bond experience, and I thought, this is amazing. I'll preface it. I was about 7 or 8, I think, at the time.
I mean, yeah, you're allowed to think it's amazing.
Yeah. I was like, giant space laser. He's outrunning it in a car. Yes, invisible car. I was like, James Bond cannot get better than this. And then it didn't. And then after that, I watched Casino Royale, and I was like, what the hell is this shit? What's this? Why are they playing cards?
Like emotion.
Where's the invisible car?
Where's the palace made of ice?
He's driving a Ford Megane. Oh no, it's a Renault Megane.
I don't know.
No, he's driving a Ford something. I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know the cars that well. But
and now, as a well,
yeah,
cultured man, I can see the error of my ways, and Casino Royale is easily the best James Bond that I've seen anyway.
Oh,
I haven't seen a lot of the older ones.
No, it's great. It's up there. It flirts with my number 1 spot all the time.
Oh, good.
Ladies. Good. Anyway, so the chat, Alex, straight in there, just as you were. Pierce Brosnan, popular as ever. Everyone knows that one. So that's 5 points for the chat. And to be fair, I think, Alex, you deserve that point because you clearly knew the answer very well. So it's 5.
Yeah, of course I know the answer.
3.5.
Why wouldn't I get? I got the guess immediately.
Yeah, but the chat also did, like, they all got it. So it's kind of,
So there's like no way that only I can get the point, basically.
No, there is. If they fail, so once they start answering, I give them 5 seconds, and then once the 5 seconds are up, if 3 of them haven't got the correct answer, you get the point.
Okay.
It's not a perfect system. We're still ironing out the kinks, but
okay.
It might have to become a 3-second countdown. I don't know.
This is a good trial. This is a good trial round.
Thank you for being my guinea pig, Alex. I really appreciate it. I would. I'm not
just
sure
happy
how
that this hasn't turned into an absolute wipeout. In fairness,
no,
so
it's not.
I'm happy with this.
It's tight. It's tight, and I know that you like to be piled on tight. I don't know what I'm trying to do there. Anyway, time for the next question, and it's the final question. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm afraid it's geography again. This is a bit of a cruel one to end on. Sorry.
In fairness, geography got me that half a point, so it's not all bad.
So, what is the largest state in the US by landmass?
It's got to be by landmass. Okay, I'm thinking either Alaska or Texas. I'm going to go Texas.
Okay. You're going Texas? I'm going to give the chat a chance.
It's Alaska, isn't it? It's definitely Alaska.
I'm not saying anything.
It's Alaska.
because I can't give the chat any clues. So I'm afraid it is Alaska in the chat. I've got.
Oh, for God's sake!
But Texas is the second
Damn it!
biggest. Texas is the second biggest. You named the two biggest, and you went for the second biggest. I'm sorry, Alex. But
Randall Flog said Texas and then said, "Damn, of course." I like to think I threw him off a little bit.
It's amazing. Yeah, so many of the chat follow your lead, Alex. Think of the power you have. The power. Oh dear. So at the end of our 10 questions, our first chat versus single player live stream, and congratulations to all of you in the chat and to you, Alex. I think you deserve a big pat on the back from,
and to you, Robin. Thank you for putting together the quiz.
Well, thank you. It's
and for putting together that very fair and balanced quiz.
Yeah,
that's definitely.
I emceed that really well, didn't I? But its final score after 10 questions is 6 to the chat and 3.5 to Alex, which I think is a very respectable score.
I'll take it. I'm happy with that. There's definitely we've had bigger wipeouts between the two of us. So
we have indeed. I think the worst we ever had. Did we ever have a nil score? Not you and me. I mean the three of us. Was there ever a quiz that ended with a 0 on someone's scoreboard? I feel like I like it. I hope that's never happened, but it might have happened once.
I don't think that has happened, actually. Okay. I could be wrong. Maybe it happened to me and I've repressed that memory and I don't want anyone to know. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's always been 1 point.
Yeah.
At least 9. I think there's definitely been a 9-1.
We're not that dumb, thankfully.
Which is almost worse. But as Randall Flag says in the comments, Robin, is there a bonus question?
Oh, there might be. There might be. And I will reveal what you win after the bonus question. So, bonus question is...
There is a winning prize, is there?
Give me a few minutes to figure it out. That's fine. You'll be very pleased to know that this is a closest wins, since that is the tradition for our bonus question.
Lovely.
So
the problem with this is I don't get to guess first. I always have to guess first.
You do. You could wait. I could tell you. I could give you a chance. Make the chat guess first.
Maybe that's how we balance this. Maybe there could be like in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Maybe there can be like lifelines. You could have an ask the audience, but it's an unwillingly ask the audience. So I could say, can I have an answer from the audience, and you get to pick the one.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
maybe.
What?
So I could either take that on faith or.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Let's do that with this. Okay. So you might actually want this help. So the question is, the 1999 hit song "Blue Dabba-Dee Dabba-Die" was performed by the band Eiffel. What? Their name was Eiffel something. And it's a number, so it's closest wins.
How do you spell their name? The first bit?
Eiffel, as in the Eiffel Tower.
Okay, it is Eiffel.
Yep. And then a number. And it's closest wins. People in the chat are getting their 5 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, well done, fellas. Final second of the countdown. The third correct answers came in.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
But,
so yes, I would like an ask an audience, please.
Okay.
This is one of those ones where I definitely have the answer somewhere lodged in my brain.
I'm going to offer you the audience guess of Eiffel 51. Take it.
I'm gonna take it. Oh, actually, I can't guess the same thing, can I? Can I guess the same thing?
No, I think no. You should guess something else.
I actually think that's the correct answer, so I'm going to guess Eiffel 52.
You are closer with Eiffel 52 than Eiffel 51. The correct answer.
Like maybe an Area 51 bet.
No. The correct answer is Eiffel 65, which the chat did get.
Okay.
Several people in the chat did get it. Well done, gang, and well done, Alex, for getting closer than the guess I gave you, and not guessing further away.
I mean, I think I was going to guess something like 6,000, Eiffel 6,000, or something like that.
Ah,
So
interesting. Yeah. Someone, Alicia B. Sorry, Alicia, for shouting you out. Guessed 3,000. So same kind of
sound
brainwaves
a
there.
1,000 on it sounds good. I don't know
It
why.
sounds very 1999 as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is the future, the year 2000. Yeah. But a
Blue
few people,
Dabba
Randall
Dee.
Flagg and Alicia, complaining about
What a jam.
putting that song in your heads. I would say sorry, but no, it's my parting gift to you. And that is your prize for winning the quiz, chat. You get Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die in your heads.
You get to be reminded of an absolute banger from the 90s. Fair enough.
What do you mean you haven't heard of this? I think German band, actually. Their name's Eiffel, but I think they're German. They're not French. Euro trash band. Sorry. Euro dance legends, I should say. All right, then. Well, thank you all for joining us. I guess
Thank
that's a
you,
natural
Robin.
place.
Thank you for that quiz. That was really fun, actually, and well
Oh, glad
done.
you enjoyed
And thank you, everyone who for taking part and whooping me in the quiz. I'm sure this is something that we can iterate on, and I don't know.
We can improve. We can finesse it.
There's definitely some interesting ideas that have come about as a part of this. This is like this trial run for sure.
Yeah. We have the technology. We can rebuild this.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Well, thanks for joining us this experiment, and let us know.
You don't
by
like
the
the
way,
robot jokes, Robin, and yet you end on a RoboCop reference.
Never mind. Well, no. It's your power of your brainwashing. If you, audience, thank you so much for joining us, especially for this, what must have been a slightly painful experience of us experimenting with this format. Hopefully we'll get it better if we do it again. And our promise is next time when we do a live quiz, there will be 3 of us and it'll be back to business as usual. Normal services shall resume.
There are 3 of us right now, but Martin
true.
just needs to figure out the mute button.
Camera frozen and mute button still fixed. Yeah.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, though, and I mean this sincerely, people in the chat, if you see Martin, please call the police. Just, missing persons case. We're about to open it. So, yeah, please keep an eye out. He's fine.
He's fine, by the way.
He just didn't turn up. He's probably fallen asleep.
Yeah, he's had a busy few weeks. Bless him.
Yes. All right, then. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Congratulations on your win.